We tend to think of ourselves as the smartest animals on Earth. After all, we build such technological wonders as the internet, the internal combustion engine, and the Rachel McAdams. But what we too often forget is some of our animal brethren have highly evolved memories that have been integral to their survival for millions of years. And while we might still be top dog, here are some animals that put our memories to shame. The chimpanzee can outnumber you. Long derided as the least great of the great apes, chimpanzees were often cast by Hollywood as cheap, chain-smoking alternatives to their higher-built orangutangian cousins. But their stupid grins and feces-flinging lifestyles belie a deeper intelligence because when it comes to numbers, chimpanzees make us humans look like a common James Franco's. In a chaotic university study, chimps were taught to count from 1 to 9 and then pitted against humans who we assume were already pretty comfortable with numerals. Each of the subjects was shown the position of several scattered numbers on a computer screen. The numbers were then covered and the subjects were required to identify the position of each number in order. The chimpanzees in the study consistently outperformed the human participants, which isn't much of a surprise considering the humans we know. Meanwhile, the human subjects exhibited a decline in performance with a decrease in memorization time. The shorter the duration became, the worse their accuracy was, explained one disheartened scientist who was then beaten and ridiculed by his new chimp overlords. Sea lions possess incredible long-term memory. Categorized by scientists as the second friendliest lion, coming in well ahead of the land lion, but just behind the dandelion, the sea lion is usually characterized as a lovable scamp that will do just about anything for a couple of raw fish and a cool wet place to rest its head. But while trainers have spent years teaching sea lions cheap parkour tricks, they have also discovered that these creatures have an amazing long-term memory. Scientists at the University of California, Santa Cruz, were able to teach a sea lion named Rio the concept of sameness. The scientists showed Rio a symbol and then showed her one card with the same symbol and one with a different one. If she correctly identified the same symbol, she was rewarded with a fish. This level of advanced cognitive functioning is impressive in itself, but Rio's biggest feat would come a decade later. After 10 years, Rio was given a similar test, only this time it used numbers and letters instead of symbols. She was able to identify the numbers and letters that were the same, despite the fact that she hadn't performed the trick again at any point in the last 10 years. This is the longest known retention period of any animal species, and it's impressive due to the 25-year lifespan of the sea lion. It's like you remembering a math problem you did once 40 years ago. Scientists believe that this memory serves to help sea lions identify prey that they may only encounter once every few years. An elephant can keep track of its entire family at all times. Elephants can keep track of the whereabouts of up to 30 family members, regardless of their distance or direction. They accomplish this incredible task by creating a mental map that locates the position of each family member, even if some are separated from the rest of the pachydermal herd. This allows the elephants to freely break up into small groups while foraging for food or socializing. To keep the maps accurate, elephants constantly update them using new information gathered with their keen sense of smell. Whenever they encounter the scent of another elephant's urine, they identify the elephant and update its position, deleting the old record. This enables them to devote a sizable portion of their working memory to maintaining these expansive mental maps. The octopus can adjust its memories. Octopi are better than us at a lot of things, like fitting through 1-inch holes, scouring the ocean for shellfish, predicting the outcomes of football matches, and playing for tiny violence. But also, octopi can form complex memory. Unlike other invertebrates, the octopus has a developed short-term memory and long-term memory collectively powered by 500,000 neurons. That's up to 25,000 times more neurons than its spineless brethren. While humans also possess a complex short and long-term memory highly adapted for performing intricate tasks and repressing childhood trauma, the octopus is unique because its short-term memory is directly attached to its long-term memory via a structure known as the vertical lobe. In times of high stress, where learning quickly could mean survival, the short-term memory can be substantially enhanced by the long-term memory center through the vertical lobe, transforming the octopus from lumbering beast into shifty genius. The Clark's Nutcracker is amazing. With a name like the Clark's Nutcracker, you know at least two things are true. The bird cracks a lot of nuts, and some guy named Clark wanted to get it on that. But what this bird lacks in a decent, non-candy bar name, it more than makes up for with its amazing memory. While other animals can make you look stupid by remembering 9 digits or 30 family members, this unassuming little bird is able to remember the exact location of up to 33,000 pine nuts. What's more incredible is that they hide the nuts in the fall and uncover them during the winter when everything is blanketed by a thick layer of snow. This would be like you hiding thousands and thousands of items around your neighborhood and then trying to find them. The Clark's Nutcracker is able to accomplish this winter gorging through the use of a sophisticated spatial memory which allows it to recall landmarks such as trees to pinpoint the location of several thousand caches in a 15-mile area. And if that's not enough, the Clark's Nutcracker's hippocampus, the part of the brain associated with spatial memory, continues to produce neurons into adulthood. So while human memory just fades with age, the bird's is only getting better. That's all for today. If you like this video, then be sure to press the subscribe button. See you soon. Bye bye.